everyone. Welcome to week 3, day 4 of my 28-day grammar challenge. Today we're doing a big review of all of the tenses that we've talked about so far. So we're going to be talking about the simple tenses, so the simple present, the simple past, and the simple future, along with the present progressive tense. The reason we're doing this is because next week we start everyone's favorite tense, the present perfect tense. So let's do this, starting with the simple present tense. In week 1 of my 28-day grammar challenge, we talked about the simple present tense, and we talked about the fact that the simple present tense is a tense of permanence, of true things, of things that happen a lot. For example, I buy books a lot, or I buy a book once a month. This is something that has a lot of time involved. It's something that I continue to do. It's like something that is a part of me and a part of my routine. On the other hand, the present progressive tense is a tense of temporary things. I can say, I am buying a book right now. And that is something I'm doing right now. That isn't something that I continue to do. At least, maybe I do, but that's not what I'm talking about. You can also use it for new habits. I am buying a lot of books lately. But again, the present progressive tense is short term, whereas the simple present tense is long term. As part of our study of the simple present tense and the present progressive tense, we also talked about stative verbs, verbs that do not have action. So even if we're talking about something temporary and normally we would use the present progressive tense, with certain verbs you need to use the simple present anyway. These are verbs like love, hate, like, those feeling verbs, along with more theoretical verbs like I think or I believe. If you would like a full, useful list of the most common stative verbs in English, make sure that you have downloaded my guide at EnglishBetweenTheLines.com/challenge. In fact, I have a whole page comparing these tenses. When we were talking about the simple present and present progressive, we also talked about times when these tenses can be used to talk about the future, like dinner starts at 6, or I am meeting my mom for lunch tomorrow. Whenever we use these present tenses to talk about a future time, we're using or talking about plans, things that are planned. In week 1, we also talked about the 0 and first conditionals, but I'll talk more about that in a second. In week 2, we started the simple past tense, and we talked about how the simple past tense is used for things that are completed, that are finished, and it often comes with a time word, like yesterday, or this amount of days ago, or hours ago, or last week, or last month, times that no longer have anything to do with now. In week 2, day 4, I reviewed the 0, first, and second conditionals. So if you have not seen that video, definitely check it out. We talked about how the 0 conditional is for things that are always true. The first conditional is for likely things, and the second conditional is for things that are impossible or unreal or unlikely. And finally, this week, we started talking about the simple future tense. And along with that, we talked about modals. Because when we're talking about the simple future tense, meaning is really incomplete, or our understanding is very incomplete without understanding the ways we can change that will to other words that actually add depth of meaning, of possibility, of ability, and obligation. In my grammar guide, you will also find my absolute favorite game/exercise for practicing going between these tenses, because all of this is meaningless. All of this knowledge of the verb tenses doesn't mean anything if you cannot learn to switch between them, to use one and then jump to another. We'll also be playing that game in the live tomorrow at 5 p.m. on YouTube. So if you can make it, please come. And if not, if you're watching this video sometime in the future, then the recording will be here. Thank you so much for a fantastic week 3. I can't wait to start the present perfect next week. Don't forget to find me on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and Telegram. I'll see you next week.